China's hypersonic glide vehicle test. The Chinese military launched a rocket that carried a hypersonic glide vehicle which flew through low orbit space before crushing down towards its target. A report in the London based Financial Times on Saturday, citing various sources, says China in August tested a nuclear capable hypersonic glide vehicle that circled the globe before speeding towards its target. Hypersonic speeds are 5 or more times the speed of sound. The test, as reported, the FT reported mentions 5 people familiar with the test as saying the Chinese military launched a rocket that carried a hypersonic glide vehicle which flew through low orbit space before cruising down towards its target. The test has caught US intelligence by surprise, the report says. The missile missed by its target by about 24 miles, according to 3 people briefed on the intelligence. But two said the test showed that China had made astounding progress on hypersonic weapons and was far more advanced than US officials released. The test has raised new questions about why the US often underestimated China's military modernization, the report says. The report cites a security official and another Chinese security expert close to the People's Liberation Army as saying the weapon was being developed by China Academy of Aerospace Aerodynamics (CAAA) under the state-owned China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation that make missile systems and rockets for China's space program. Both sources reportedly said the vehicle was launched on a Long March rocket which is used for space program. The significance. According to the report, 2 people familiar with the test said the weapon could in theory fly over the South Pole. That would pose a big challenge for the US military because its missile defense systems are focused on northern polar route. The report quote the China Academy of Launch Vehicle Technology as saying on an official social media account on July 19 that it had launched a Long March 2C rocket, its 77th launch. On August 24, it announced a 79th flight, but there was no announcement of a 78th launch, which sparked speculation about a secret launch, the report notes. The US, Russia, and China are all developing hypersonic weapons, including glide vehicles that are launched into space on a rocket but orbit the Earth under their own momentum. India's DRDO tested a hypersonic vehicle in September last year. Asked about China's test, a senior DRDO scientist said the exact detail on technology used by China in this particular test are not known through media sources. But most of the hypersonic vehicles primarily use the scramjet technology. This extremely complex technology, which also needs to be able to handle high temperatures, makes the hypersonic system extremely costly. It is all about how long can you sustain the systems as those extreme conditions. Most military powers in the world are in the process of developing hypersonic systems. Scramjets are a category of engines designed to handle airflows of speed in multiples of the speed of sound. Implications for India. This test by China certainly needs to be watched closely by the world, especially India, considering relations with China in the recent past, said Air Marshal Bhushan Gokhale, retired, a former Vice Chief of Air Staff. Such capabilities also highlight the threat of our space assets along with surface assets. The offense system operating at these speeds would mean requirement to develop defense system at these speeds. He added, India too is working on hypersonic technologies. As far as space assets are concerned, India has already proved its capability through the test of ASAT. Hypersonic technology has been developed and tested by both DRDO and ISRO. Last September, DRDO successfully flight tested the hypersonic technology demonstrator vehicle with the capability to travel at 6 times the speed of sound. A solid rocket motor Agni missile took it to an altitude of 30 km where the cruise vehicle separated as planned. The hypersonic combustion sustained and the cruise vehicle continued on its desired flight path at a velocity of 6 times the speed of sound for more than 20 seconds. The scramjet engine performed in a textbook manner. With this successful demonstration, many critical technologies such as aerodynamic configuration for hypersonic maneuvers, use of scramjet propulsion for ignition and sustained combustion at hypersonic flow, thermostructural characterization of high temperature material separation mechanism at hypersonic velocities, etc., were proven, DRDO had said in a statement. Last December, an advanced hypersonic wind tunnel test facility of the DRDO was inaugurated in Hyderabad. It is a pressure vacuum driven enclosed free jet facility that simulates Mach 5 to 12. Thank you.